we on?
Yeah.
You're frantically pushing buttons and moving
Yeah.
doors over there.
Yeah, what's going on? So I was trying to get the...
Greeted with deafening silence.
Isn't that weird? That was too weird.
Doesn't like the weather. How are you, Frank?
I am good. Good.
Getting all hyped up for this massive hurricane we're about to get?
The weather event. So, yeah, so I'm not really that worried, but it's just...
You can tell how long people have been in Florida by how they react to storms coming up.
Right.
If you've been here for more than a couple of years and you come through this, it's like, oh, okay, it's 3, 4, 5 days away.
Right.
It's like, whatever.
Right.
You don't really start to pay attention until it's close by. And then you see these news articles about people panicking in the stores and buying up all this other stuff. Of course, that could come back to bite us. But hopefully not.
It could.
I think we'll be okay on this one.
Yeah.
But it's good to be here.
Yeah.
Another radio edition of the McBiz show.
Righto. And we've got some intro music for our guest.
Yes, we do.
And this is courtesy of John, who selected this song.
I came up with a few suggestions.
Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
That's right. I thought it was fitting for our guest today, Dave Derrenbacker from Waterpoint Realty.
Righto. Welcome, Dave.
Thank you, Frankie. Good to see you, John.
Good to see you. Welcome to the show, whatever this is that we do here. We just talk.
Meet McBiz.
Yeah. It's funny because people talk to me at the breakfasts outside. It's like, oh, I'm so nervous about doing the radio show. It's like, why?
Yeah.
We're just talking. I mean, haven't you talked before with other people?
Just sitting chatting with these funny things on our heads. That's
Exactly.
all.
Exactly.
Yeah, you feel like you need to have snow, right? Because you got the right earmuffs for it.
Yeah.
Well, you talk different when you have headphones.
I think your voice goes down at least an octave.
Got the radio thing going on.
Yeah.
So I need more of me in the monitor. Check out some of the mids.
Right. Exactly.
So we're here to talk about other stuff besides the weather.
Yes.
Yeah, I like the lead in there, telling us what the forecast was. Partly sunny outside.
Yes, partly sunny.
I'm not sure where they got that, but I guess it was partly sunny
Somewhere.
today.
At some point.
That was an hour before I got my car washed. It
Yeah.
was very sunny, and then all of a sudden,
So you're the one.
I'm the one.
Yeah,
I'm the one
okay.
that caused the rain.
Yeah.
But I held off yesterday. Yesterday was that deluge thing.
Wasn't that
Oh
just,
my God.
that was something to beat the band. Holy Toledo.
Yeah, it
I
was,
drove from downtown Stewart to PGA at about 6 o'clock last night.
All right. You were right in the heart of it. Yeah.
Torrential downpour the entire way.
Yeah.
no, it was bad. I was coming out of Palm City out of Mark Downs, and you couldn't get out. And I had to wait another hour.
Crazy.
And luckily, I have a high enough truck.
Yeah.
But every car stalled. It was terrible.
Yeah, I was wishing I was driving my Escape yesterday, because it has a higher wheelbase, right? And I had the little Ford Focus. And then when you drive along East Ocean around the park, there, Memorial Park,
Right.
there's a low area there.
There's little areas where you don't expect them to be.
Yeah, I mean, really low area. So that whole area was underwater. So
There were cars stalled. It was a big mess.
yeah,
So, well, this is your time,
yes,
Dave.
it's all Dave all the time.
All Dave, all the time. I like that. I like that. So some exciting things going on with the club now. We're finishing up our fiscal year, and September 1, we're starting our new fiscal year on the incoming president. So you all have that to look forward to.
I've been president. It's fun.
But yeah, it's a good
You're
group.
the circus master for a while.
It's a good group. Got a real good group of people. So looking forward to an exciting year.
Yes,
And then you want to talk a little real estate as well?
absolutely.
It's up to you. It's your hour. You
Yes.
can talk about whatever you want.
All right. Well, yeah, market. I always get asked the question, how's the market?
Yeah.
So overall, market's great.
Mhm.
We're having a good year. I'm having a good year. Right now, we're kind of dog days of summer. We're in the middle of the slowest time of the year. So historically, from about August 15th through October 15th, it's a little slow. People are distracted. Kids are getting back into school. It's hot. They're talking about these storms off the coast. It's raining. There's a lot of different reasons.
Right.
And I don't know why. Fed's talking about lower interest rates, so buyers might put things on the back burner for a little while, but we'll get out of it. Come October, things will start to tick back up a little bit, and then we should have a decent fourth quarter.
You can't close stuff when there's a storm out there or within a certain box, right?
Well, you can. You can't bind insurance. So for
yeah.
those buyers who put off binding insurance till right before closing, and if there was a storm in the box, they can't bind, and then the lender won't lend, and screws everything up.
Yeah. Because that happened to me one time. I was trying to close something, and there was a storm just in the tiny corner of the box, just about to hit the box. And it's like, oh, can't do it. It's like, all right, well, we're not closing then, I guess.
Yeah, it'll. You gotta watch your checklist and make sure you get everything done in a timely fashion. So it pays to work with a good real estate professional.
And you're in the club, so therefore you are, by default, you are. You've been thoroughly vetted.
Whether you like it or not, I am. Yeah.
You've been thoroughly vetted, which means your check cleared. And there's
No.
no felony charges.
Yeah, that's
Never convicted.
yeah, never convicted. See. But so you've been here in Stewart for how many years now?
Oh, geez. So my wife grew up here. She moved down to Boynton Beach. We met each other at work, and she dragged me back here in 1997. Yeah. So we're coming up on 22 years.
Oh, you're like a newbie, though.
Yeah?
You're like a newbie.
What are you?
78, yeah.
How many people you moved in that?
7.
7 big jobs.
You don't even have to take off your shoes.
Yeah,
Right?
7. We're working on our 8th job this week. Hopefully we'll get it. I came kicking and screaming from New Jersey.
Yeah.
I was 16. My parents moved down. Oh, it'll be great. And I really wasn't all that thrilled about it, but here I am 41 years later. And Stewart was not a one-horse town, but nearly.
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 When I came here in 81, I was hired. My boss actually lived in the West Palm area. And so I trained in the West Palm store. He had a 4-store chain, but he needed somebody to supervise the manager of the Stewart store. So we came up here and looked around. So it was a very interesting time in 1981.
It was 78 too. There were on the corner of US 1 and Monterey.
Mm-hmm.
There were 2 flower farms.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Remember La Pavillon?
Oh yeah.
On Indian Street in US 1?
Oh yeah. That was like one of the 4 restaurants in town.
Right. And they would close during the summer. The owner would go to France.
La Pavillon.
Yeah.
Sounds a little fancy for you.
Yeah, it was. Well, I never ate there.
It was
because
fancy for
I-
Stewart back
Right.
then in those days too.
But he would only come back during season, and then he'd close up again for the summer.
Well, there'd be 6 customers from
Yeah.
May through
Right.
November, so why stay open?
Exactly.
What was downtown like that around 1980?
Downtown was dead.
It was dead.
It was really dead. The lyric was. I'm not even sure the lyric was.
Functional.
I don't remember, but there wasn't anything to do. It was funny because I guess my dad had done some scoping out, and one of the local drinking / music establishments was called the Caboose, I think it was called.
Yeah.
And I was 16, and I wasn't supposed to be out doing stuff like that anyway. But
Right.
I wasn't supposed to. So my dad said, just don't go to the Caboose. Well, of course, you're 16 and a half years old.
Don't
And it's the first-
go. It was like an open invitation.
So there was that. There was only a handful of places to go and nothing much to do.
Yeah.
There was one movie theater. So
Right.
it's changed a lot in 41 years.
Yeah, the movie theater is where
Ace Hardware.
Ace Hardware is now. That's right.
And that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I saw Star Wars.
Next to the Piggly Wiggly.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So, but it's changed a lot, and you've probably closed more than 7 houses in the time you've been here.
We're working on our 8th.
Well, see,
Yes.
that's great.
How fortuitous.
It just worked out that way.
So
I think we moved one of them too for you. I
You
think.
did.
So I've got
Great job.
a commercial from a business that Dave used to be a part of, and it's a kind of a humorous commercial. I thought I'd share it with Dave and our listeners. So that was from Dave's previous life before he got involved in Stewart, and
You did insurance?
Well, so out of college, I went to work for State Farm Insurance on the claims side of things.
Okay.
So shortly after, I was in the homeowners claims team, and a couple of years after I was with the company, I got onto the catastrophe team and became what we call the catastrophe coordinator. So my job from the late 80s to the late 90s was to travel the country and chase storms. So I had a little beeper. I wore a pager on my belt, and I carried a big brick phone, and my pager would go off at any hour of the day, and they would say, "Hey, there was a earthquake in San Francisco. Need you out there tomorrow."
Wow.
And I'd get on a plane and go out there and start to assess the situation. How many claims do we have? How many claim reps do we need? How much office space do we need? How long are we going to be there? All the logistics behind setting up a temporary office.
So it takes somebody with organizational skills to do that kind of work.
Well, the storm, the longest I was in one place was 6 months. I was outside of Chicago for a little over 6 months, but everywhere I went.
That was for the Great Chicago Fire.
You look
Not that old.
You look fabulous.
But the longest,
What's your secret?
the least amount of time I would go anywhere was 30 days. So, really cool job. Got to see all different areas of the country and live there for a period of time. Super long hours, and it was demanding, but pretty good job when you're single.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. That's kind of cool.
And then you didn't remain single. That's your work is where you met your
That's
beautiful
right.
wife.
I met my wife
Yeah.
at State Farm, and she had a similar job. She was a re-inspector, so she would follow up behind the claim reps, make sure that they were doing the job right and providing good service and writing good estimates. And we got married, and when we started our family, I always said I wasn't going to travel while we were raising a family. So in 1999, we had our first daughter, Jenna, and I quit my great job at State Farm, cold turkey. And said, you know what, I've had some experience in real estate, some good experience in real estate. So went ahead, got my real estate license, and went to work here in town. And
The rest is history.
yep. So 20 years ago this month was when I started in real estate here in Stewart.
Wow. That's a good time. Well, Stewart's been a good market for a long time.
Yeah. Well, we've always got a little bit of a supply and demand problem here because we're a small county by Florida standards. We only have 155,000-ish people who live here. So you've got St. Lucie County, who's significantly bigger, and of course Palm Beach County, who's way bigger. So you've got everybody in Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach wants to move to Martin County, and we always have a little bit of a supply and demand problem.
Well, that's not always a bad thing for a realtor, is it?
That is not a bad thing at all.
Yeah, see?
So some of the credentials with your business, you've grown your business and you merged with other realty.
Yeah, so started the company 18 years ago with just one agent, and over the years have grown and grown and grown. And this past year, 2018, we brought IRP Realty out on Hutchinson Island and Willoughby Realty in under the WaterPoint umbrella. Great folks, Bill Dean, Steve Osborne, and Chris Clifford, and turned all the management and the day-to-day headaches over to Bill Dean. And he's losing more hair than he used to have. But it's been a great merger. 3 companies that had very similar business philosophies, very good people, and it's been great. So we've grown WaterPoint in a relatively short period of time to be the largest independent here in the county.
Nice. Yeah, I've worked with all those guys in the past too. IRP and we did a lot of work with Willoughby over the years.
So yeah.
We've been around a while too.
So that was your 6th or 7th.
Yeah, I was going to say, where they referred you to.
We got our 4th, 5th, and 7th one.
Okay.
The the three we got independently.
Okay.
I'm building momentum here.
I see that.
Once it gets rolling, that's gonna be amazing.
Oh, great. So what else do we want to touch on?
You know, it's Dave's hour.
It's all Dave all the time,
You should find that. You should find that video on MTV
right?
or on YouTube.
There's a Dave.
Oh, there's a David Lee Roth thing.
Oh,
Dave TV.
Dave TV.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see. We
Probably a little different than Dave's.
Yeah.
Dave's MO.
How about Dave's not home?
Dave's not here.
Dave's not Dave should be there. He's got to answer the phone.
I saw Eddie Murphy's going to be hosting Saturday Night Live.
I saw
Really?
that too.
First time in 30-some
That
years.
sounds about right. Interesting. Sounds about right.
I wonder if he'll bring back any of his old characters.
That'll be funny. I heard there was some legal issues back when he was doing Gumby. Remember when he did the Gumby
Yeah,
thing?
I'm Gumby, damn it.
Yep. That was funny. That was back, Saturday Night Live was still funny back then. Maybe not so much now. I haven't watched it in years.
I don't know, we were
really
younger
can't-
then. Was it funnier?
I don't
or
know.
was-
I don't know. Maybe. Of course, I haven't watched it, so I can't really speak to that.
I'm a little late.
Yeah, well, I'm just not interested. You know, I don't watch much pay TV anymore. Commercial TV, I just don't. It's either Netflix or Amazon.
Mm-hmm. The wave of the future.
Yeah, I just can't stand commercials. Sorry, radio people. I'm a serious XM kind of guy.
So I was gonna play the Dave's not here thing, but then I got to wondering if it's what the rating is.
It may not be. It may not be PG-13.
It may not be appropriate for our audience.
No, there might be some NC-17 issues in there.
Yeah, so we'll pass on that. Maybe during the commercial break, I'll.
Just stick
I'll
to
give it a little
just stick
preview.
to their house
Okay.
house songs.
All right. Okay. We can do that.
So what is there like a new, like everything seems to be having a new trend in its business. You know, like there's some new trends in moving, there's probably new trends in radio. Is there anything like, you know, up and coming in the real estate thing that like people need to pay attention to or be aware of? Or has the internet, has the phone, has any of that stuff helped or hurt or changed or what?
Oh yeah, over the years, certainly the shift has gone to online versus paper and print ad. But you know, in the short term here and there, it's you know, it's the same thing. You gotta what I have found over the last, I would say, 10 years since the Great Recession is that buyers, for the most part, obviously I'm painting with a very broad brush, but buyers want move-in turnkey position. Condition. It's funny. You'll show a house.
I want a fixer-upper.
Well, not even that. You'll show a house, and you know, carpet will need to be replaced, or
Yeah.
walls will need to be painted, and they'll say, "Oh, geez, I don't want to get into that."
Right.
And you're thinking, well, that's nothing in the grand scheme of things.
Right.
You know, if you're a seller, the more you can make your house turnkey, the better your shot is.
So staging and fixing it up.
Yeah, have that ready to go. Sure.
I know in the last house that I sold, that issue came up a lot. But like, you never know. Like, all right, let's say you replace the carpet for $2,000 or whatever the number is. Like, well, they could just as easily pull it out.
Right.
You know, well, that's not the color I like.
Yep.
Or, I was going to do wood floors anyway. And it's like, what do you do? So I was like, well, Mrs. Smith, that's why the house is listed at this and not this, because all this stuff, you know,
Right.
same thing. It's the public. Public's a tough thing.
Single bunch.
Public's a tough thing to deal with sometimes.
Right. Right.
You just never know where it's going to fall.
Yeah, and you don't know because the husband may have his own notion
The
about,
husband doesn't care, Frank.
but they do.
No,
Some do.
they don't care enough to fight. At least that's been my experience.
I think the retired husbands probably care more than the working.
I think the husbands talk at night or after the showing.
Yeah.
But the husbands are usually fairly quiet. They
Mhm.
walk in, they'll walk out the back door, look at the backyard, look at the view if there is one,
Right.
check out the garage, that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
See how much grass they have to
But
cut.
what do they say? If mama's not happy, nobody's happy.
Right.
Yeah. You know, most of the time it's not a battle to fight. She's going to be spending most of the time in the house. It's going to be her house.
Right.
If he's lucky, he'll get the garage and maybe the den,
Right.
and the rest is like off limits.
And we're not being sexist.
No.
No. That's from 41 years experience of being in the moving business, because I go into homes
Mhm.
thousands of times, or I can't even count.
At least 7.
At least 7. Well, I get 14. I'm at a 50% closing rate. So I've been at least 14 houses in 41 years. But you walk
Right.
around, and for very few exceptions, it's the woman's house.
Yeah.
And that's not being sexist.
No.
It's just a reality of
Yeah.
life.
Absolutely.
You can always, I could walk into a house and tell if it's a single guy because it's sparsely furnished.
Mhm.
Like,
And nothing matches.
well, no, actually,
Oh, really?
not always. It's just very sparsely
Okay.
furnished,
Right?
and the garage is immaculate.
They refer to this as being minimalist, right?
Yes,
Yes.
And there's room in the closet.
There's room in all the closets.
Yeah.
But if it's a family, or it's like, yeah. So I don't know. Try not to be sexist, but it's the truth. It's reality.
Very good. All right. So as we go to break, we're going to play a little bit of Motown. Because Dave is former president of Stewart Main Street. And of course, one of the major functions of Stewart Main Street is dancing in the streets. And we'll be right back, so stick with us.
Yeah, that's been not happening for the last year or two.
What's that?
That's not been happening for the last year or so. What's that, dancing?
I haven't been to dancing, so they don't do it anymore?
No,
What?
they really last.
It wasn't last year.
No. Yeah, last year was yeah.
Last year was not done.
Was it the year before last?
The year before this. Yeah.
What was the reason? Do you know?
Yeah, there's not enough attendance. It was costing too much.
That's a big production.
'Cause I've been doing the fencing for that for the last 4 years, 5 years. Last year we didn't do it.
That was fine. That was a lot of work, but that was a fun event to work.
Oh, I love working it. My chief complaint was the last few years is that I would have to get a hold of Rachel, and she said, "Oh, you're my best volunteer," and I'd bring a couple friends with me, and they always give me a gig to work. But nobody reached out to me in the last few years. You could tell Main Street was just very disinterested.
Well,
Without Bernie, it was
Right.
he ran that.
Oh yeah.
part of the thing too, mid-August, second weekend in August, wherever that took, it's like an outdoor event in mid-August. I mean, seriously.
Well, we tried when I was on the board.
We tried
We
to
tried to do a
spring
St.
fling.
Patrick's Day spring fling. Yeah, that's right. And we did it once, and I think it was marginally popular. I mean, if you continued that
Yeah,
year over year,
because the thinking was sound. The thinking was, okay, we're going to have more people here. We should be able to.
Yeah.
But then we had a lot of pushback from the downtown merchants because they go, hey, this is our season, and you're screwing up our season with taking over the streets. So we.
Yeah, I know there was talk with Rachel, and who's the guy that has kill one? What's his name?
Bill.
Yeah,
Bill.
there was Bill. There was talk about doing
Bill
something
Moore.
in January. And this was, I guess, a year and a half, 2 years ago when I last spoke to them. The last dance we did, they said we're kicking some ideas about a January thing. Won't be so hot. More people will be in town. I said that's a great idea. That was a good gig for me. A lot of work. I put up all my fencing, like 2,000, 2,100 feet of fencing. Just a lot.
Didn't know you did that.
Temporary fence stuff. To the side.
You do it for Arts Fest. And
Yeah, I did it for Arts Fest last year. I do it for I've done it for most of the festivals at Memorial Park. Shrimp and Lobster Fest. We're doing the one in Salerno again. So
20
it's probably a
seconds.
good gig. You sketch your fence and
it's not a bad gig.
Just hire a temporary
You
help.
bust your butt for a day putting it up and a day taking it down, but.
The title of that song is Pink House by John Mellencamp.
That's right. I actually had a pink house.
Did you?
I did.
Why?
It was the house that we were in the Meadows.
You-
And they had painted them.
On purpose.
You know what? When I pulled up to it and realized I was like, that's kind of cool, actually. I'm in Florida. There's a pink house, and it actually worked. And it was
Pepto-Bismol or
It was
Flamingo?
it was it was actually a pretty good pink. It was
All right.
whatever the pink they had in the Meadows back in the day, because we moved in there in the early '90s, and that's when they had like 5 or 6 colors. And there's more colors now, but it's like, I told my friends from college, yeah, I got a pink house now. They can all give me,
they give you a ration of
I said,
stuff.
no, it's actually kind of cool. It's a white roof, pink house. It's Florida, which works.
Right.
It works.
John Mellencamp was my very first concert that I ever went to was in the Tangerine Bowl that
Oh,
then
yeah.
became the Citrus Bowl, which is now called Camping World Stadium up in Orlando. The Tangerine Bowl, and it was something like some rock festival or something like that. It was John Cougar then, not John Mellencamp.
Yeah.
And then I think he went John Cougar, Mellencamp, then John
So
Cougar.
that was in the '80s then.
Yeah, that would have been
It was John Cougar in the '80s.
80, 81, 82, something like that. I can't remember the other bands. I want to say Foreigner, but I don't know. They might have been too big of a group at that one time. But that was good memories.
I saw some cool concerts back in the Tangerine Bowl back in the day. I saw Rolling Stones there when Van Halen was there too.
Nice.
Back, I went to school at Stetson, so that was only 45 minutes from there. So it's a lot of shows there. Got my car towed. Well, you park where you're not supposed to park. Well, they're not going to tow it. Well, they have to tow it. They just tow it.
Here's John's car.
Came back, I
Okay.
called 911. Well,
Captain Hook.
my car's been stolen. Where'd you park it? Oh, it's probably been towed. Here's the number. It's like, yeah, it's been towed. So $150 later, or whatever it was. It was a lot of money back in 1980, whatever.
Yeah.
I used to work security at some concerts there, and I might have been the one that called the cops.
Kind of familiar.
Oh my goodness.
Just dropped our middle daughter off at Stetson.
Did you?
Yeah, freshman.
Great school.
Yeah.
Great school. Changed a lot since I've been there.
Yeah, she's very excited. It was very impressive. Our oldest daughter is at UCF, so we got kind of the big public school and the
Right.
small private
Right.
school,
Right.
and Stetson is very personal.
Yes.
So we got up there, we moved her in on Saturday, and about 2:00 on Saturday afternoon, she went in one direction, and the parents went in another direction, and we had, kind of parent orientation for the rest of the day, and then all day Sunday we had parent orientation. I was actually kind of dreading it, but it was great. It was really good, and when it was time to say goodbye, it was a tough goodbye, but we knew she's in the right place.
DeLand's a cute little town.
It
It's
is.
very cool now. It wasn't back 40 years ago, it wasn't nearly as hip as it is now, but it's a good school. It's a good school.
She's excited.
What is she studying?
Oh, believe you get this. Okay, so she's a student. I'm not quite sure where she got this from. More from her mom's side than my side.
Hmm.
She wants to double major in English and sociology and double minor in Spanish and political science.
Interesting.
Wow.
So she's a little bit of an overachiever when it comes to that kind of stuff.
She could be an anchor on a news show.
They have a good. I was an English major. They have a really good English department, or they did then. I'm sure it's still. It's great. It's a great school. It wasn't nearly the amount of money back then that it is now.
So we were fortunate. She's a very good student. So.
It's good. It's a great campus. It's a good place to be.
Wow.
I still have friends up in that area that haven't moved out of the area. DeLand's a cool little town.
Mm-hmm.
She'll like it. She'll like it. Some of my friends' children have gone to Stetson.
See, I always thought you just made hats there.
Nope, no hats.
No
No.
Stetson hats?
They
No.
don't make them there.
No. Okay. I don't know.
Well, maybe in the back room. they
Maybe
got
somewhere.
the underachieving students making hats.
There you
but
I don't know. I don't know. Those
They-
hats are expensive.
They didn't show us that during the orientation.
That's how they pay their tuition, right?
It was a great school, great experience.
Good.
I liked it. My kids looked at it. They didn't. It was a little too small for them. They didn't want to go there. But it's a great school. That's good.
Yeah.
So that's a cool town.
How far is that from here?
2.5 hours.
Yeah, 2.5 hours.
That's how they measure distance in California too, by the way.
hours.
Yes.
Isn't that kind of how they measure distance?
No.
Not in Detroit, apparently.
No, apparently not. No, it's
Detroit
like,
is city blocks.
yeah, city blocks are miles. Miles is always a good number.
But
Yeah.
miles doesn't, it only matters is how long of my life is it going to take me to do something.
Exactly.
Not how many miles am I traveling.
Yeah.
Is that mile on I-95 or is that mile on
Right.
U.S.
As the
Border
crow
Stewart
flies, yeah.
Exactly.
during rush hour?
Right.
During one of our torrential downpours.
When I was going to Stetson, the speed limit was 55.
Yeah.
And that was a 3.5-hour drive from campus to
Plus
Sewell's Point.
95 wasn't connected out here, was it?
No.
It was not. So I would have to, my parents lived in Sewell's Point at the time. So I would take the Indian River Drive up to Fort Pierce, just to sneak along the river, and then jump on at Fort Pierce where the drive started. But that would take, whatever. So it was 3.5 hours from house to dorm at 55 miles an hour, which was excruciatingly slow.
And you went exactly 55?
57.
Yeah.
When were you at Stetson?
From 78, I went in the fall of 78, and I got out a half a semester early. I got out January of 82.
So you're significantly older than me, so okay.
Significantly.
We might not have crossed paths.
I'm not sure significantly, but we can talk after the interview. Actually,
Well, I could guarantee you I'm significantly older than both you gentlemen.
Maybe.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I would
Yes.
definitely.
Yeah.
I actually went to college. I was 16, so. I
Ah,
was a little
child prodigy.
No, I just ended up getting CLEP tests and SAT tests, and I ended up going a half a semester early, and it was just the way that worked out. It was just, I was done with high school. I went in a little early because my birthday, it was a whole big whatever, but yeah, so.
Wow.
Yeah,
Good for
I was
you.
17 when I started. And I thought, it was my birthday. I was just talking about this a little while ago. My birthday is in late October, so I was always the youngest in my class. And some of my best friends were exactly a year older than me
Right.
in high school.
Yep.
So yeah,
Same with me. I was December 1st.
so the drinking age back then was 18. So I was not able to partake. Not that I ever did.
No.
No.
I was not able to partake until late October of my freshman year in college.
So,
I always beat the grade because when I was 18, I was 18, and then I went to 19, I was already 19. So, but
yeah, you just kind of go with the flow.
I worked out well.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it was. I was always the youngest in my classes too by a lot, by typically at least a year.
Mhm.
But I was tall, so nobody knew, and I haven't told anybody, because once you tell everybody you're a year younger, they start picking on you. But I was always tall.
But now
Right.
the word's out.
No, now that I'm 57, it's fine.
You are significantly older. Okay.
Oh well.
I got you beat by almost 10 years.
Do you really?
Yeah.
You look good, Frankie. I'm telling you.
Oh,
It does.
but,
You still got all your own teeth, right?
yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, all my
Got
own.
that going for you,
Yeah.
which is nice.
Which is nice.
Today.
Was that enlightenment? Cosmic. What was that thing from Bill? Wow.
That was from Caddyshack,
from Caddyshack.
the Dalai Lama.
Oh,
So on my deathbed,
yeah.
I will have total
I
consciousness,
love Chief Toad. That's right.
which is nice.
Yeah.
That's a great movie.
Most quoted movie of all time.
I believe
I
that.
don't doubt it. It's got some great.
Great line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can't. It's hard to make movies like that now. There's too much political correctness.
I know the director just reached a point with trying to think of the name of the actor, Caddyshack. What was his?
Chevy Chase.
No, is the comedian. Oh,
Rodney Dangerfield.
Rodney
Rodney
Dangerfield. Yes. They would just give him the setup lines, and he would just kind of
Just roll with it.
yeah. They said, okay, we're just gonna even write you lines because he already had his own jokes.
They did that
his
with
own
Robin
routines.
Williams too.
Yeah.
At the Disney movie, half the time they just let him just do whatever.
Right.
Same thing on a TV show.
Improv. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Do you know where?
Mork and Mindy, you mean? Yeah.
Do you know what course they used to film Caddyshack?
No, what course was that? New York?
Rolling Hills down in Fort
I was
Lauderdale.
gonna say
Rolling Hills. What did they call that? I forget the name of that. They had a funny name. Bushwood. Bushwood. Yeah. Rolling Hills.
Ted Knight was fantastic in that. He was fantastic in Mary Tyler Moore too.
I liked his character very Ted. He would go, Hi guys. Hi guys. Hi guys.
That was a great.
You've kind of patterned your career over.
It's Ted Knight, yeah. Mhm. And now for the news. Yeah. He was a definitely interesting character.
He was great.
Yeah,
He was, and by all accounts, he was a really nice guy
He
in
was.
real life.
he was.
You know, so
Yeah.
I was very happy about what he'd done, been able to do, and he was very kind to people that helped him. It's nice to hear that. I hate to hear people are idiots when they
Yeah.
get successful.
That's true. That's true. We got enough of that going on, don't we? So we got another one courtesy of John.
Just a suggestion.
Yes.
I gave you several.
And there you go. Our house there's a theme here. I wonder if you know what the theme is. Give us a call at 220-9788.
Or if you're driving around, you can bring us coffee.
There you go. There you go.
We can talk about movie trivia.
So,
Did you check the Dave's not here one?
yeah, I'm going to check that right now.
Depends on how you edit it. It's probably okay for most of it. I'm not remembering anything too awful in that.
There's a few guys here in town that went to Stetson.
Yeah.
They're a couple years younger than you. Chris Toohey, an real estate attorney.
Yeah.
Britt Frank, he's an accountant, right? A couple doors down.
Uh-huh.
Chip Bauer, he's a judge. They were all like class of 86-ish.
Yeah, I was well gone. I left in January of '82 because I finished my senior research project in January. I had all my credits, so I left and I went back in May to walk. But I was out in 3.5 years.
Did you do something right away?
I did. I worked. I worked at a. Where did I work first out of college? Did I work at the tennis club or did I work at a bank? I'm trying to remember.
I got out in 4 years and I couldn't wait to graduate. I graduated and I had nothing to do. I'm just looking for a job.
It was stupid. It was, looking back, I mean, I don't have any regrets necessarily, but kind of, I was like, I should have stayed. I should have gone to law school like I thought about. But even though I was done with school in 3 years and a couple months, I was like done with school. I was like, I thought of going to law school for another year. I was like, I don't want to do that. But I would have been a lawyer at 22. I graduated law school at 22.
Wow.
But and all my friends who are lawyers who are now retiring, for the most part, very few of them enjoyed it.
Well, no, that's true.
A few of them have,
Right.
but very few.
That's
And
true.
so the thought of being miserable for
Consuming large bottles of Maalox.
40 years.
I wish when I graduated, I kind of pissed away that year before I found a job with State Farm. You know, I had little jobs here and there. What I wish I had done was just gone out west, you know, got a job at a ski resort or
So I did that.
something like that.
77 ski pump in Vail.
I sort of did that. I worked at a tennis club for a while as the assistant.
Teaching old ladies how to play tennis.
Yeah, which was fun, and kids too. I love kids, so that was fun. And then I got a job at the bank, Florida National Bank.
Oh, yeah.
Got
Cool.
a management training program for 2.5 years.
Mhm.
And then my dad said, "Look, my dad made me an offer I couldn't refuse. He goes, look, let's work for me, make a lot more money, have a lot more freedom. Just, yeah, all right, fine." So he bought me off with a Trans Am, which I still have.
Okay.
84 Trans Am.
Good condition.
It needs work, but it was running when I stopped. In fact, I'm probably gonna have Todd start to work on it.
Mhm.
5 seconds. All right. Here's another one of John's selections. Jimi Hendrix, titled Red House. So what's the theme here, John?
Guitars. No. Good music.
Yeah, all right. Maybe the word house.
Well, yes. I mean,
Okay.
it seemed obvious. We have a realtor as our
Yeah.
guest.
That's very, very clever on your part.
Well,
I'll give you
moments.
props.
I have my afternoon cup of coffee, so the caffeine kind of gave me a little boost.
Kicked in, and yeah.
I woke up at 2:30 this afternoon.
Very good.
We got a couple minutes left. Anything else that we want to talk about, Dave, from the realty side? I mean, we could talk about silly movie trivia all day long, but we should probably talk about some real estate.
All right, let me give you a couple stats. Everybody always wants to know stats.
Yes.
So right now in Martin County, there are right around 1,000 single-family homes for sale. That's our inventory. That's our inventory of homes for sale. And that number has remained very consistent over the last, I would say, 6 years. Of course, we saw a spike back in 06, 07, that time period when we saw the big recession. But since about 13, that number has been right around 1,000, which is low. Again, 155,000 people live here, 1,000 homes for sale. There's not a big inventory. Our median sales price is $375,000. That's again for a single family home. So it's a little expensive to live in Martin County, and that has been that's going up about we're about 3 or 4% a year here at Martin County. St. Lucie County, again, much bigger county population wise. There's a little over 1,800 single family homes for sale. That number has also remained fairly consistent. Back 11, 12 years ago, there were about twice as many. There were almost 4,000 homes for sale in St. Lucie County. Really hard hit by the recession. Median sales price of a home in St. Lucie County, single family home, is $232,000. Appreciating a little faster in St. Lucie County than Martin County. Maybe about 5 to 6% in St. Lucie County. So yeah, overall, again,
You think Jupiter Island has kind of skewed the numbers in Martin County for the average mean price for the house?
No, because I'm using median.
Okay.
Median numbers.
All right.
But overall, real estate market is strong. We're just got to get through the next few weeks of
The dog days of summer.
Dog days of summer,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So if someone wants to buy or sell now, what should they think about, talk about, move towards? Any tips, any ideas besides calling you?
Yeah, a few things. So if you're looking to buy, the first thing you need to do is figure out whether do you have the cash to make the purchase, or do you need to get a loan from the bank? If you need to get a loan from the bank, talk to a mortgage broker or a loan officer and find out how much you can afford. They'll pre-approve you for a loan. They'll get a little paperwork started, and then you're not swinging in the wind there, and you can afford X, and then you can start looking in that price range. And then, of course, call a professional full-time realtor and start working together and go find the house of your dreams. If you're looking to sell, get your house ready to sell. Put yourself in those buyer's shoes. When they walk in the door, what are they going to think? How's the flooring? How's the paint? How's the landscaping? All that kind of stuff. And again, the more move-in condition you can make it, the better your chances of selling quickly.
So what would the move-in condition part? What are the top 3 things that people mention?
Well, I don't know if there's top 3 things, but certainly kitchens, bathrooms, flooring, paint. Keeping things
Right.
updated for the time.
Kitchen's got to be number one, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But as far as just cleaning it up, just spending a couple $100 and pressure cleaning the house does wonders. Throwing some mulch down and just scrubbing the place down
Right.
usually helps quite a bit.
Yeah, I remember many years ago in the paint industry, they would tell us that if you spend $200-300 in paint, exterior paint on your home, that would yield over $2,000 in return on the sale of the house. So that was like 20 years ago stat. So imagine the numbers are even more dramatic today.
I think the cleaning is probably number one, because I think people can envision a house and it's like, okay, well, on the outside, but you walk in, as I've done, for years, you walk into a house, because when they call a mover, typically they're about ready to move, which means they're either going to buy or they're going to sell or whatever. I walk into this house, I'm thinking, no one's going to buy this house because they need a hazmat team to come in here.
Well, there's very few buyers who have actual vision, who can walk in and see what it could be.
Right.
Everybody wants to see what it is. So, another thing is decluttering and getting all your personal stuff out of there. Most people, if they've been there a while, the closets are filled up, the garages are filled up, and it doesn't help to show the house in that condition. So maybe get in a storage unit for a little while and moving some stuff out.
Call them over.
Oh yeah, give John a call. They'll hook you up.
Yeah,
and you can put it in a storage area for them, right?
We have storage.
Yeah,
We have storage at our location or off-site if they want to have access to their stuff.
Nice.
So, but yeah, I've walked into lots of houses where it's like, you're not going to sell this house anytime soon like this. It's just,
too much going on.
And then you walk in, every once in a while you walk into a house and it's like a model. It's rare. It's, it's unusual, but you've seen them.
Sure.
Every once in a while it's like people are ready and they've got it all good to go and they've done all the right stuff. It's like, okay, this is how long have you been here? We've been here 15 years. Like, doesn't look it.
Right. But they've probably been through the drill before and they know exactly,
Yes.
they're already schooled up on what to do.
But that's the exception that I found probably.
Smells are another big thing.
Yeah.
You live in your house, you're used to your smell.
Right.
But somebody from the outside might not be used to your smell. So, especially if you have pets or you're a smoker,
It's a good time for the Dave's Not Here thing.
Takes that home. I love it. My daughter, who lives out of state, so when I moved into my new condo, well, it's not new, but my new dwelling.
It's new for you.
Yes. And she had been to my mom's house up in Michigan. And then she came down to visit with me. And she says, Dad, I go, what? She goes, your house smells like Grandma's house. So I don't know how to, she says it's a good thing. She says, because it reminded me of Grandma right away. So.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Yeah.
So you smell like an old lady.
Smell like your mom.
It's maybe the cooking. Who knows, right?
Yeah, let's go with
that's
that.
what it is.
I'm gonna go with the cooking.
Go with the cooking.
Yeah.
Because there was a good aroma at my grandma's house.
Exactly.
The Italian, and my great grandma too. So,
Right.
Yeah, you walk in and say, oh, okay.
The garlic, the onions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A little tomato sauce going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pizza's in the oven.
I love it.
She made the best pizza.
See, I love it.
So let's go with the cooking.
I'm going with that too.
You should.
Yeah.
That's your strongest.
That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Yes. So we got 4 minutes, Dave.
Yes.
4 minutes.
Yeah.
All right.
4
Take us
minutes.
home.
Rapid fire trivia.
Take
Yeah.
us home. Whatever you want.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. I mean, we got Google. We can answer any question.
It's not fair to use Google.
No, I know. I cheat.
So, Frankie, how's your Tigers doing?
Awful. Awful doesn't even begin to describe it. They have to look up to see the bottom. They are, without a doubt, the worst team in Major League Baseball.
Wow.
Worse than
Yeah.
the Orioles?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's encouraging when they do play the Orioles. Occasionally, they might actually win, and so if they're going to win, it might happen against them. But yeah.
Well, my Red Sox aren't doing much better. I think they're about 15 and a half games out.
I guess it's a good year to be a Yankees fan.
Yeah, that's a good year. My kid is thrilled. He's a huge Yankees fan.
Is he?
Yes.
Yeah.
So by extension, it's like, okay, well, if Nick's excited, I'm excited.
All right. So you're what? Maybe more of a Mets fan?
If I'm a baseball fan, I'm a Yankees fan.
You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's sort of like the Yankees and the Giants go together. If you're a Mets fan, then you're typically a Jets fan.
And the the most recognizable ball cap that's universal around the globe.
Yankees.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the Marlins.
That's I think in South America.
South America.
Yeah, I would say Venezuela, that's South America. Yeah,
Every time I've traveled abroad, I've always seen at least one or two Yankees hats.
Always.
Always. In the weirdest places. Like India, I saw a couple.
Yeah.
It's
and
You weren't kidding, Frankie. I'm looking at the standings right here. So the Detroit Tigers.
I can't make this stuff up.
The Detroit Tigers and the Baltimore Orioles are both eliminated.
Yeah.
The Tigers have 39 wins.
Yeah, they were
on the
eliminated in
season,
June.
and the Orioles have 44.
Yeah.
39
So
wins.
they're only 40 games behind. So they won 39 games and they're 40 games out of first.
Yeah.
So they're probably not making that comeback.
No.
Especially with only 20 games left in the season.
Yeah.
How about your Lions, Detroit Lions? How are they doing? Or how are they looking?
I haven't started looking at them for this season, but I don't know. The thing is, I'm going to be a Lions fan. I'm going to be a Tigers fan. It doesn't really matter, So I enjoy going to the games when I'm up there. It's a beautiful
Did they ever
ballpark.
play down here? Did the Tigers ever play?
I saw them play the Marlins.
Okay.
I've seen them play Tampa Bay Rays. So I'll travel to see them, and I watch them play the Mets when they're during spring training.
Okay.
They come up here. So
I haven't watched it. I'm not stunned into football anymore. I just sort of soured, which I never thought would be possible.
right,
But I'm just like, don't
Yeah.
care.
Kaepernick pretty much capped it for me.
I don't know. It's not just that. It's just the whole. I don't know. I'm shocked that I'm saying this, but we're down to what? 30 seconds?
No, we got actually about 45 or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make a liar out of me for 15 seconds. Right? Thank you. Embarrass me in public
More
like
than
that.
30 seconds, okay? A little bit more.
Any final words, Dave?
No, just thank you very much for having me on. Appreciate
It's
it.
fun.
Appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Give out your contact information, Dave.
Sure, Dave Derrenbacker, Waterpoint Realty Group, 772-220-4343. Dave at waterpoint.com.
And Dave will be there.
E on the end of point.
Okay.
Dave will be there for sure.
Okay.
Well, Frank, we wasted another perfectly good hour. It was fun. I'm looking forward to doing it again next week.
Okay, buddy. We'll see you next
take
week.
care. My headache finally left.
So,
All right, and see you next time.